With me. Lord, take me where you want me to go. Let me meet who you want me to meet. Tell me what you want me to say. And please keep me out of your way. Please be seated. Believe it or not, I think this gospel reading is foundational to the Christian church. And the reason for that is I think this centurion may well be the first documented Christian. The very first documented Christian. That's a bold statement, I know, but he is held up as an example for us in three Gospels. In Luke today, as we just read, in Matthew and in John, each with slight variations on it. But this gentleman, a Roman soldier, a Gentile at best, perhaps a pagan, has come to believe that the Jewish people are the people of God. He has come to believe so much so that he used his own wealth to build a synagogue. Now, that's not a small thing. Imagine one of you in this room built this entire church yourself. You paid for it, lock, stock, and barrel, and did that. You would be the most important person to this community. The Jewish elders are willing to do his request, to go and speak to Jesus on his behalf, because he has meant that much to them. But not just to the Jews at this point. This centurion is beginning to grow more. He is learning more about this prophet they call Jesus, this man who is creating so many miracles. So he sends people on his behalf to make a request, to heal his slave. And I want to dissect this just a little bit. This reading has, in the past, sadly been used to defend slavery in our own country, because Jesus, in this little reading, does not refute slavery. Slavery was common at the time of Jesus. It was an institution. It was part of society. Jesus does tell people to treat their slaves well, but he doesn't throw out slavery. It's only hundreds and hundreds of years later that we as Christians come to the conclusion that slavery is wrong and should be ended completely. But we know this centurion loves this slave of his. He cares for them. He does for his slaves what Jesus tells them to be kind and generous. And he is grieved at his illness. And he knows that Jesus can do the healing. But there are societal barriers here, you see. He is, after all, a representative of the occupying army of Rome, the hated occupied army. So to step foot into the synagogue that he built would defile it. To go into a home, a Jewish home, where Jesus might have been, would have been to defile that. He was a man of great respect. He says in his own words here that he has many men under his command. In fact, he has 100 men as a centurion under his command. He tells them what to do, where to go, and when. He believes in authority. And he knows that Jesus has the greatest authority of all, for what he has heard about him in the retelling of the miracles of Christ. So he sends people. He doesn't want to embarrass Jesus. He sends others to make the request. But in this act, this is where I believe he becomes the first Christian. For he sets a model for us, an example for all of time. Because there were only a short period of time when humans came in direct contact with Jesus. This man never sees Jesus face to face. We don't see Jesus face to face. But this man knows that Jesus is available to him from afar. That his healing for his much beloved slave is available to him from afar. And for us today, Jesus is available from afar. Jesus, just like with the centurion, cares about us, admires our faith, and is there to help and reach out when we need him. We but need to request it. So like the centurion, this man of great faith whose entire knowledge of Jesus was from others, let us experience that same feeling through the gospel readings, through the actions of our friends in this community. And let us too reach out to Jesus, both with our requests and with our worship. Amen.